We're gonna have some Doritos and dip them in cottage cheese.
Just bitter disappointment and almost sadness in a sense.
Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today, we are going to be talking about my co-host Amberlynn Reid. The past two videos that she has put up, we haven't talked about. So the first one is responding to Zachary Michael and meal plan. We will definitely be going over that, as well as the second video that she has uploaded, second semaglutide shot, getting hit on by guys, and come grocery shopping with me. So the first video we're going to be talking about is this one right here, responding to Zachary Michael. Now, a little bit of lore for those of you guys that might not know. I'm assuming the vast majority of you already do know. Zachary Michael is a reaction channel or content creator that does a lot of reactions to Amberlynn Reid, I guess would be a better way to explain what they do. And there has been a little bit of drama between Amberlynn and Zachary. They've had drama in the past. Zachary is someone that's been doing reactions to Amberlynn's content for a very long time. One of the original people that were doing it, if I remember correctly, I think when I first started learning about Amberlynn, I watched a few of their videos way back in the day. I don't remember exactly, but they've been doing it for a while. And in that time, Amberlynn and Zachary have had a few spats, a few back and forths that have gone on. The most recent thing that has happened is Amberlynn kind of made a comment about Zachary's mental health. They had taken a break and they came back to make a video about Amberlynn or something like that. And Amberlynn had something to say about that. And in response to that, I think Zachary had a live stream where they ended up saying some stuff that was not the most savory. We're going to get into all of this, so that's why I'm kind of just zooming past it. And Amberlynn had made a response to that. So this video right here is a response to that live stream. What we're not going to do is watch this video, actually. We're actually going to watch Zachary's video responding to Amberlynn, because Amberlynn's video is, I think it's just better to react to Zach's video. So without further ado, let's just kind of get into what's been going on recently.
I think that's it. Okay, guys, so I have gone back and forth whether I wanted to speak on this. I have sat with my thoughts and my feelings regarding it. I didn't.
Okay, we're 5 minutes in and we've made it, I'm pretty sure now, to the Zachary Michael portion of this video. Once again, also as a reminder, as she's sitting here saying that she's gone back and forth about if she wanted to respond to this or speak on this, that she did in fact say that she was not going to be giving attention to reaction channels in 2025. So just keep that in mind.
And I think, honestly, that would be, if Amberlynn were able to continue doing that and not giving attention, that would be in her best interest, I think, personally, right? And I mean, myself included, right? If she never responded to anything I had ever said or has ever responded to me, I think that she would probably be better off for that, mainly because if we look at this video, right? This is Zachary's video. This is a response to the original video. This video has 115,000 views, right? If we look at Amberlynn's video, it has 44,000 views, right? So Zach's video has more than twice as many views as Amberlynn's video on this subject. And so it definitely, I think, would be beneficial for Amberlynn to not focus on the reaction channels. I think at this point it's kind of hard because with Amberlynn, as we have seen in so many videos that I've talked about in the past, especially when we were talking about her whole Vlogmas thing, where she was uploading a video every day of December, half of the videos, if not more, half of the videos runtime were just responding to things that reaction channels say or things that people were leaving in the comments, kind of echoing what a lot of reaction channels say. So at this point, I think Amberlynn, I hope that she understands that for her to continue doing what she's doing on social media, the reaction channels almost exist and it's almost necessary for them to exist, because if they didn't, I just don't think people would be interested at all. And so it is definitely a weird dynamic. But honestly, I think her talking about this has, made this whole controversy just blow up so much more than it would have if she just would have not said anything. I'm not saying that she can't say anything. She absolutely can. But there are going to be repercussions for that, and that's exactly what's happening here, which is more people are talking about the situation. We've heard about the, Streisand effect. That's kind of what's happening here, is that if Amberlynn would have just kind of not said anything about it, I don't think this would be as big of a deal. But I'll stop yapping. Let's continue.
I want to just like spew nonsense. I really wanted to sit with it, and I decided I think I should speak on it because it is kind of heavy on my mind, on my heart. So I have gotten a lot of support and backlash regarding like what I said about Zachary Michael. There's a lot of people that think I should literally die and fall off the face of the planet.
Now, I don't know who said that, but that's certainly not my wishes or wants for anything in this situation. I want you to take care of yourself. I want you to be in a good mental health place, and certainly want you to go to therapy. Would never like advocate for any of that or people saying that to her, and certainly anybody saying that to her is not saying it on my behalf.
Yeah, and I agree with that wholeheartedly. I think that obviously like there are certain people on the internet that maybe go too far. But I think the vast majority of people that talk about Amberlynn, especially reaction channels, aren't doing it in a way that they want to hurt Amberlynn. I really feel like this kind of tactic was unnecessary because I think that she could have shared how she felt about the situation and been very honest and upfront about the whole thing and been like maybe just taking a little bit of responsibility, but been like, hey, you know, some people were saying some things. Like, I think bringing up the whole like, oh, people want to hurt me and death threats, it's a way to kind of poison the well and trying to garner sympathy off the jump without really sharing the whole situation. Because if you can paint yourself as the victim, which I know a lot of people joke around with Amberlynn doing, if you can paint yourself as the victim, it's very easy to try and be like, see, you should feel bad for me and everything that everyone else is doing, regardless of really what I did. I didn't really do that much. It's all okay, right? Because what they're doing is so terrible, right? Like, I mean, it's crazy what they're saying to me, right? When you kind of frame it that way, it's really easy to make yourself like feel like there's nothing you've done wrong and it's you're being attacked. When I think that there's a little bit of blame on all sides in this whole situation.
For what I said about someone's mental health issues, and then there's the other side of people who are like, I applaud you for finally like sticking up for yourself after years and years of torment.
Sticking up for yourself. Mind you, I do also want to say this. I agreed with like the first like half of what she said. In fact, I was like, you're not saying anything that I disagree with. Like, I obviously make money off of Amberlynn. Obviously, my Amberlynn videos do much better than any other content on my main YouTube channel. Obviously, like, I wouldn't have the channel that I had if I didn't make content about Amberlynn. Like, I've never denied those things. And in fact, in that video, I agreed with her. And at most, that part of the video, I was like, I just don't understand what point you're trying to make, because these are all things that I've said about my own channel in the past. If she would have stopped at that point, good for her. Great. Like, I don't understand what the point was, but if she would have stopped there, like, we wouldn't have even been in disagreement. It was like taking it the next level to insinuate that my mental health wasn't real, wasn't factual, wasn't something I was actually experiencing. And that's the part that I think many other people took issue with. Say what you want about me making money off of Amberlynn Reid. It's true. I do. I do. I put ads on all of my videos about Amberlynn Reid. I make money off of sitting here talking shit about it. Like, no question about that. But I do just...
And I think that that's important because I think sometimes it's like almost like people don't want to admit that. But at the end of the day, if you're a reaction channel, myself included, and your majority of your content, or maybe all of your content, is about Amberlynn, at the end of the day, your channel would not exist without Amberlynn. That being said, I think it goes both ways, because I don't think Amberlynn's channel would exist in the way that it does now if it wasn't for reaction channels. Like, I don't think that out of the 40,000-ish people that watch each video, I think there would be so much less if these reaction channels didn't exist. And I'm not saying that is good or bad. I'm just stating the facts, right? Like, I think that if these reaction channels all disappeared and all of the content and commentary about Amberlynn disappeared overnight, the amount of people that would be interested in Amberlynn's videos just for what they are would be so small that that her channel would die as well. So it's almost this weird, like, this weird parasitic relationship between the reaction channels, again, including myself, and Amberlynn. They both exist because of each other, right? And I think that it's good that I appreciate Zachary pointing it out as well, because sometimes I feel like people are like, I would be fine without you. I'm like, brother, let's be real here.
I do just want to like clarify what I think people are actually upset about.
I've received a lot of mixed feelings, and if you guys thought that I was not gonna see the clip of someone actually like verbally abusing me, then y'all thought wrong. I did watch it, and I've also watched like another clip from Twitch, which I
verbally abusing Amberlynn Reid, verbally abusing Amberlynn Reid because I called you a dumb bitch. Miss Ma'am, the way that at the beginning of this video alone, I covered the onslaught of financial abuse that Beck has shared about the way that you treated them, and you want to come and say...
So, couple things. First, I do think that, I think it's in bad taste to call someone, you know, the B word, regardless of what they have maybe said before. I just think, I don't know. For me personally, it's not something that I would do. But that being said, I do understand where Zach was coming from because of how upset they were with what Amberlynn was saying beforehand, right? I do understand that. So again, I'm not trying to pass judgment or anything. I'm just saying that's not something that I would do. And Zach, even later in the video, is like, you know, that's not something that I normally would want to do as well. And so I do appreciate that. But what Zach is talking about with Beck is important context to this whole situation, I believe. So Amberlynn was in a pretty long relationship with someone by the name of Becky, who has recently come out as Beck, right? And so when they were together, there was a lot of speculation about their relationship maybe not being the healthiest. And Beck has actually been uploading videos to their YouTube channel. So if we go over here and we look through these videos, they're kind of few and far between, not a ton of videos uploaded. But this video was uploaded a few days ago. And in this video, there are a lot of allegations that are, you know, kind of thrown towards Amberlynn about their relationship. And I watched the video, and it doesn't seem like they are trying to say things because they're just trying to get clout, or they're just trying to say things because they want attention. It genuinely feels like these are things that had happened that is a problem, right? And so we're not going to go over this whole video because that's another 13-minute video. I highly recommend you go check it out. It will be linked in the description. But that's what Zach is talking about in this, or Zachary is talking about in this portion here. And so why there is a little bit of, it's a little interesting for Amberlynn to be saying this while these allegations had literally just come out, right?
Me calling you a dumb bitch is verbal abuse? Are you kidding me? And mind you, me calling you that was in response to you questioning my mental health. Please. Also, she said that she watched a clip from Twitch. I'm like, what did I say on Twitch? I didn't know people were clipping my Twitch channel like that. Huh, I'm curious. I do sometimes talk about her a little bit in like the first hour of my live streams, so it is possible I said something, but I don't know what Twitch clip in particular she's talking about.
Okay, minor spoiler alert for the rest.
So on screen it says, huge favor. So this is from Amberlynn's, I believe, story. So she's asking, huge favor, someone sent me a clip of Zachary Michael threatening to throw hands at me over a week ago, but I cannot find that message anywhere. I personally do not want to go looking for it online because I'm not going to subject myself watching their content. But if you're the person who sent it to me, you have the clip yourself. Can you please send it to me? Thank you. Right. So that's what this says on the screen.
The video, she never shares a clip of me on Twitch. She never says, well, she alludes to me talking about throwing hands or something like that. And so she also, as I started editing today's video, posted this on Instagram asking people to help her find her receipts and proof that she was sitting here talking about. Well, no worries, y'all. I reached out to the people of my Twitch community and said, hey, do you have a clip of me talking about throwing hands? And people in my Twitch community came through with the clip that I'm sure she was originally referencing. And I'm going to include that here for you, just so that you have context for the rest of the video.
For her ass to sit here after I have said time and time.
You communicated with us.
And time again. Saying, like, I totally understand. You need a break. Like, take as long as you need. We will figure out other stuff to do over here. And did. and fucking did. So shut your fucking mouth, Amberlynn, and you can catch these hands.
I have never.
So that's the clip right there. So he does say you can catch these hands, which I'm sure most of you know, but it's kind of a euphemism about fighting. But at the same time, it usually when someone says it, for the most part, in that context, it's kind of joking. The reason, all that being said, I obviously don't love that. The main reason, not because I think Zachary is someone that's violent trying to hurt Amberlynn, but the reason that I don't like that or think that that's a kind of a good idea is because exactly what's happening now, right? It gives Amberlynn almost some ammunition to be a victim, right? And I think like the biggest issue with Amberlynn is that she always finds a way to be a victim in a way why, oh, I haven't done anything wrong and everyone else is a problem. And I think that this whole situation kind of, I'm not saying that this is going to help her in the long run or anything like that, but like as far as her becoming a better person, she is not going to become a better person if we're giving her this kind of ammunition, right? Because in her mind, this is a perfect example of why the whole world is against her and everyone just hates her for no reason. And oh my God, people are now threatening me with violence and I am scared to go outside. And it's just like, it just adds to that, right? And I understand it seemed like Zach was joking around. You're doing a live stream. You're not really like, it didn't seem like he really meant it. But again, it's just gives her more reason to say this ridiculous stuff, right?
Never watched his Twitch before until I saw this clip. So I do feel like I need to speak up on this because it's kind of a lot, to be honest. And I really wish people would like separate like who the two people are and like biased opinions based around me and reaction channels and look at how
I hope she includes whatever clip from Twitch she's talking about, because I think when I've talked about this situation on Twitch, I did say, just like I said in my video, that I felt bad actually about using the word bitch, because that's not usually like language I use in regards to like women in general. Like it's something I've tried to like take out of my vocabulary, and I was
and I think that's a good thing in general.
Just very frustrated with the situation, which is why it came out. And I like still to today, despite like people being like, oh, go off, Zach, don't feel bad about it. Like, I just like, that's just not how I carry myself. And that's not like, if I could go back and do it again, despite like people clipping that particular clip and it going viral on TikTok and things like that, it's still not like how I would have preferred to handle things.
And I really appreciate that about Zach. Like I said, I really try not to watch too many other like reaction channels to Amberlynn, just because I like to try and form my own opinions. But from what I've seen from Zach's content, usually they're pretty level-headed. They're a little bit sassy in times like that, but like I think that kind of makes the videos enjoyable. But I do appreciate that, because when it comes to making this type of content, it's very easy to want to go full just crazy, because the more over the top you are and the meaner you are and the more exaggerated you are, a lot of times those moments will go viral, right? People will clip those and they'll share that stuff, and it will kind of bolster your name in the community. But for me, at the end of the day, like I want to do something that I can still sleep at night with, right? And so like that's why I try. And again, I'm sure everyone has their own version of what is good and what is not, right? But I try my best to be as understanding as possible, because I would feel terrible if I was just out here I mean, there obviously have been many people that have said I'm just a bully or whatever, right? But like I genuinely try to understand where people are coming from, and if I see something that I disagree with, I say that, right? Try to call a spade a spade. And so I do appreciate that with Zach. I think that they do a pretty good job of being relatively, in the middle, or just trying to see things from all sides, while also being, funny and making an enjoyable video. Because if you're just sitting there not saying anything, then why would anyone want to watch that? And so, I just wanted to bring that up, because I do think that it's important to, when you're making these kind of videos.
But was an honest, like, true reaction to what I was feeling at the time.
Like person A and person B, regardless, even though I feel like I'm standing in front of a bunch of like people who want to see me fail and who don't really care about what I have to say, I'm standing here and I'm using my voice, because as a woman
stand there and use your voice, Diva. Use your voice.
And as someone here on YouTube who has constantly had to just fight and fight and fight, I am not going to stop now. I feel like I have a lot to say, but I really just want to like dwindle it down into like short form. I said something about Zach, saying that like his mental health issues is the reason why he can't upload. But then the minute that I upload, he has a reaction. That is the only thing I have ever said about Zachary Michael's mental health. And to be honest,
well, first of all, if she would have said it, like the tone is far different, the way that she just presented it there. There, she's stating it matter-of-factly. When she presented that in that video, it was, I just think it's interesting that when Zachary...
It was very, you'll see in the clip right now, very condescending, right? The tone that she said right there just now is very different from the video, which I just don't understand why she tries, again, it's like trying to play the victim, like acting like, I don't understand. It's like, brother, the clip is going to be played. People are going to find it. Just be honest. Instead of like doing this thing where it's like, I just said this, I don't understand. It's like, watch the clip, and clearly you were much more condescending about it than that, right?
Michael has mental health issues, blah, 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 blah.
Like, it's just a really weird coincidence to me that like when I take weeks off, and I've done it a few times recently, let's hope that doesn't happen anytime soon, but it's just really weird to me that when I take weeks off, all of a sudden, Zachary Michael is going through mental health problems, and he can't post, and he doesn't know what to post, and he doesn't feel motivated. Oh, but the minute Amberlynn Reid posts, there's his reaction.
Okay.
So, and this is where, when people say like mean girl energy, that's literally exactly, like, I feel like you could take that clip out of Mean Girls, right? And like put it in there, because it's like acting that way. And then when you're going to tell the principal, or when you're going to tell the parents, they're like, what, me? I didn't say anything like that. I was just stating my opinion on the situation. I don't understand why they're so upset. And it's like, yeah, but the way that you said it and the way that you were very condescending, and it's just, what? I don't know what you mean. It's like, come on, brother. Come on.
So, like, I do think tone matters, and I still think that is, like, questioning my mental health, but, like, I will say the way she just stated it there probably would have gotten a different reaction out of me. I still would have been like, girl, please be serious. But like, that was stated so much more matter-of-factly, as if it is a fact that I only have mental health problems when Amberlynn is not like uploading herself. Which, like, also, by the way, pointed out that was not true. I posted across my two channels 76 different times, and she posted all of 22, okay? So also not even true, but I digress.
Years that he has spent on his channel mocking me, being insensitive to any issue that I have. I mean, he can sit here and say that he stands up for me for this and for that and for random things, but sure, that doesn't take away the fact that I have been mocked by him.
Please provide the receipts, the evidence, the proof, the timelines, the screenshots. Okay? Like, please provide when I've mocked you. When I have not taken things seriously. The last time she tried to say this was when, literally just months ago, whenever I was experiencing the breakup, and she was on her Instagram stories, and she said, I hope that he has empathy for me or I hope he now knows what it feels like, because he didn't care about me. He didn't have empathy for me when he's like taken advantage of my most vulnerable moments. And
that's so crazy to say when someone's going through a breakup. I hope that this makes them think about me.
Literally, in my response to that in a video, went and showed clips and screenshots of almost every breakup that I've covered of hers outside of her breaking up with her extramarital affair, Erica, where I was like more than understanding, more than kind to her. I was so kind to her when she broke up with Beck, which, like, now in hindsight, like, clearly Beck was going through way more than any of us knew. I was so kind about her breakup with Feline. So I'm just gonna need some, like, some like examples of things that you think that I have done. I've done like parody videos, like super silly videos where like I have recreated silly, stupid stuff that's happened on her channel. So if that's what she means by mocking her, I really don't know.
I think like I can understand her feeling that way, but at the same time, like I think, like I said, with the reaction channels that exist, I think Zachary does a pretty good job of being pretty level-headed, and I can understand Amberlynn feeling that way, especially with some of the other channels that exist. You know, there are just some channels that are mean. They're just mean, and you know. But again, I think that with what Zach does, they are pretty level-headed. But I just wanted to share that whole thing. I thought that it was interesting. I'm curious what other people think down in the comment section, but let's get into the other video as well. So this video is titled Second Semaglutide Shot, Getting Hit On by Guys, and Come Grocery Shopping With Me.
Video today, but I literally already have it edited and scheduled. I could actually show you guys that because I'm telling you, when I film a video, I like to edit it and schedule it that day. So let me show you. So as you can see, it is January 11th and I have 3 videos scheduled. But anyways, that's besides the point. I just wanted to say, because I wanted to put it out there and I didn't want to forget to say it, I am thinking about doing memberships again, but it's going to be different this time. So last time I did memberships, it was because I was doing live streams and it was so you guys could talk in my live streams.
So if you're not familiar with what memberships are on YouTube, they can kind of come in a variety of different styles. But what a lot of people will do will be like, you could pay a monthly, you know, amount, kind of like a Patreon, except for you just staying on YouTube. You pay a monthly amount for maybe extra videos per week. Maybe there's a special live stream only for members. Maybe you get every video a little bit early. Sometimes it makes it so only people that are members can chat in a live stream, but other people can see it. There's a lot of different benefits. There's tons of different things as well, discounts on merch, stuff like that. So this membership thing, I personally don't have a problem with it. I think that it can actually be a really good revenue source for, you know, creators that, you know, the AdSense maybe isn't doing the best, but they have a strong, you know, core group of people that want to support them. I've actually thought about doing them. I think that it could be fun, but I don't have a problem with it. But it's interesting because Amberlynn, in this video, there are a few things that she talks about earning more money. So it seems that seems to be something that she is kind of focused on here.
This membership, I'm thinking about doing live streams strictly for members. So it's going to be behind a paywall. So reaction channels can't react to it because that's illegal. And it'll be a safe space for you and I. And I also want to upload videos strictly just for members. Again, that is content behind a paywall. So reaction channels can't touch it.
So it seems that that's a big reason why she wants to do the, you know, the membership, is to have content and stuff where, you know, the reaction channels can't react to it. I don't really know exactly the legality about, like, if you use a content that's behind a paywall, if you can get in trouble with that. I don't really understand. I mean, I can understand her trying to do this and wanting to find a place where there's not going to be quote unquote haters and people that are being, you know, mean to her or whatever. I'm curious how many people would actually do that. I worry about, I worry how many people would get it ironically, but then also end up like you're still financially supporting. So I wonder how many people would do it to be funny, to be in the stuff that they're not supposed to see. But like, I don't know. I am very curious. I think that it's an interesting kind of idea for her to have, for sure.
It'll just be me and you, and it'll be a safe space. I really want to create more of a positive, safe space for all of us, because I know that a lot of people who support me, they say that they can't even support me publicly because they get freaking bashed for it, and that's just not okay. So I think it would be a good idea to maybe create that. So that's something that I'm definitely thinking about. So if you guys are interested, definitely message me on Instagram. I just want to connect with you guys more, and I think through like membership live streams and videos, I think that would be a really good idea. Hello, welcome to a new day. So I'm pretty sure this vlog was started yesterday. Thinking about doing some membership videos and lives. I'm actually really excited for that. But anyways, I'm actually getting ready. My mom's gonna pick me up. We're gonna have like a little, I don't know, what do you call it? Dinner? Instead of brunch, it's dinner because it's literally in between lunch and dinner. Or we can call it dunch, but...
Dunch sounds like a slur, so don't use that. Don't say that, please.
I think winter sounds better, personally. And I'm also gonna go grocery shopping, but I want to show you guys something super exciting. As you guys saw, I do have some merch. So these are the things that I already showed you, which re-show you.
All right, so we're not going to go over all of the merch, but basically there is like this candle. There's a shirt that says Hecticana on it. There's a shirt that says Dainty Girly Pop. There's a mug, and then there's like a journal. And so I think it's interesting, again, a bunch of different ways for her to, you know, make a little bit more revenue. Again, I am very curious about how many people are going to buy it ironically as a joke. I'm sure there will be people, and personally, I mean, I don't think it's the end of the world if you want to do that, like whatever. I think like if that's something that you want to do I plan on doing it? Not really, but at the same time, like if someone wants to do it, I don't know. I don't think it's the end of the world. But again, clearly showing that Amberlynn is trying to either, I don't know exactly what's going on here. Like either she is trying to just make more money right now to be able to, I don't know, maybe she's planning on moving, who knows, right? Or maybe times are getting a little tough and she needs to make a little bit more money. I know a lot of people were speculating that Tommy lost their job, and so now Amberlynn is like, you know, has to be the breadwinner for everyone. I don't really know, but it's definitely quite the shift from before, where it just seemed like Amberlynn was completely fine with just making videos and getting the ad revenue off of that. It seems that she is trying to up that revenue source, which again, you know, by all means, she's allowed to do that. There's nothing wrong with that. But we're gonna go ahead and skip through a good chunk of this video because she just goes to like eat with her mom. But we're gonna go to this portion of the video where she is taking her semaglutide shot.
Semaglutide time. Are you ready, Mom?
I'm ready.
So we have to use the, what is this thing called?
Alcohol wipe.
Alcohol pad on top of this before
Right.
you inject it, just because
Okay.
I get scared. See the color of it because it's mixed with B12?
That's what they tell you.
Mom, it literally says on there.
I don't know. The whole B12 thing seems like I don't know, whatever.
That's
My
what they're trying to
mom's-
make you think.
My mom's a conspiracy theorist.
It seems to be working, huh? For the week, anyway.
Yeah. So you know how to get it out of an insulin thingy?
Yeah.
Or a vial?
Mm-hmm. You gotta turn upside down.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's how Tommy did it. I get so much anxiety. Oh, go up to the 50 units.
50?
So this will be my second week. On the third week, I let them know I just did my third shot, and then they send me the next stuff so it never expires.
50.
Yep, perfect.
1, 2, 3. You ready? Does it hurt?
No. It's fine to just put this back in the bag, right?
Yeah.
'Cause that's all I've been doing.
Where's that other bag?
Right here. All right, second week down. Oh.
Yay.
I was so nauseous in the store today,
So
which
where's
was
your other
weird.
used ones? Put them in the garbage.
Yeah, I do it in a
Like-
respectful manner. So no one gets hurt, it's not hazardous, you know, all that.
So yeah, when it comes to throwing away needles, you want to be very careful and put them in you kind of want to put them in a container, not just straight up throw them into the trash. I don't know exactly what Amberlynn did. I saw that there was a few comments on this video of people saying like, you know, you shouldn't throw it straight in the trash. I hope that's not what she did. I hope that she's putting it in something that makes it safe. But you definitely want to be careful with needles and like how you're throwing them away, because obviously like, yeah, you know it's in there and you could be careful, but when you throw your trash away, the people that are picking it up, all that stuff, you just want to be safe with it, right? But I always kind of like, this sounds weird, I like the clips where she's with her mom, because her mom kind of reminds me of my mom. I think they had similar pasts and stuff like that, so they have similar mannerisms. But like, it's just interesting. I think I mentioned this in a video recently where like the way that Amberlynn is around her mom and in this environment is so much more enjoyable to watch as someone that's watching the videos versus when she's like at Tommy's. It was just so bleak there. It was so boring. And so I genuinely think that she seems happier when she's around her mom. Just my opinion.
Thank you very much, Mom.
I love you.
I love you too.
Oh,
Don't forget.
comfy.
That's what Grandma says. I'm a comfy hugger.
Dude, bro, don't. Could you imagine like getting hugged and then like, you're so comfy, bro? That's like exactly how I felt when I was a kid in high school, and girls would say, oh, you're just like my brother. I'm like, man, screw you, bro.
It's all the plush. The plush. What? I gave my mom some perfumes. Don't
Okay,
forget them.
we're gonna go ahead and skip through the perfume section. Sorry.
The time. So me and my mom were putting groceries in the car, and this guy literally comes up to me and he goes, "Wow, you are beautiful. Like, are you married? Do you want a boyfriend?" And I literally was like, "Yeah, I'm married." I literally lied. Like, what do you say in a situation like that? Like, I don't know. So it's just easier to be like, "Yeah, I'm married," because I'm telling you, in the past I've been like, "Oh, I have a girlfriend," and like a guy will be like, "Oh, I can change your mind. Like, I'm better than a girl," and I'm just like, ew, like that's so gross.
It's so funny. Like, I don't know. Maybe that happened. I'm not gonna say like, no, that's fake. There's no way. I'm sure there's plenty of dudes that would say something like that. It's just so funny to me that Amberlynn, like, this was such a big deal that she had to put it in the title of her video, right? And then talk about it in the video. It's just like, brother, I don't know. Whatever. I guess like when you don't have much going on, stuff like that is, you know, newsworthy, I guess.
It was just a lot easier. I'm glad that he asked, like, "Are you married?" So I could just be like, "Yeah, I am." But thank you for the compliment. You guys, guess who is back on Cameo? It might be yours truly. Yes, it's this girly pop. I don't know if people.
So Cameo, for those of you that are uninitiated, what Cameo is a place where you can, you know, basically have your favorite creators say whatever in a video, right? To get and you pay for it, right? So Amberlynn, these cameos are $75. Again, so this is another revenue source for, you know, to make money. So like, it's just interesting. There's so many different little things in this video where she is, you know, trying to make a little bit more money. So again, there's tons of different people. Again, I don't have a problem with Cameo. There's plenty of people that do Cameo. It's not like in and of itself it's a bad thing. But again, it's just another revenue source that Amberlynn is obviously trying to, you know, kind of take advantage of. And I'm sure there are plenty of people. I'm just curious, like, how many of the people that are getting these cameos are doing it ironically, right? I just can't help but think that way when I see stuff like this.
People have like notifications on, if it's possible, like to say like, "Oh, if this person comes back on Cameo, like you can get a notification." Because literally the minute I put accept requests again, I was getting Cameo requests. I was like, what is happening? Whoa. So I just fulfilled some. I love you guys so freaking much. So the link is down below if you guys want a Cameo from yours truly. The only ones I will not do is roasting someone, because it's really hard to roast someone that I don't know. But yeah, like,
I mean, that's fair. I don't think I'd want to roast people either. That's just not really my thing. I would feel very uncomfortable.
I'll do a Cameo of literally anything besides that. All right, guys. So
anything. I don't know. That's scary.
we're about to have a little snack, and if you're gonna judge me based on like what I'm eating, it's not gonna help me in the process. It's not really gonna help you in the process. Right now, I'm simply just trying to eat less, regardless of what the food is, to help with the longevity of my life. And
so it's so interesting because I feel like her opening up the clip like that, it almost feels like she wants that to happen, right? She wants people to say something. She knows people are going to say stuff, and that's the reason that she's filming this, right? That's the impression that I get with the way that she is filming this. It's like, I know that people are going to be upset, so that's why I'm going to film this. And then she complains about people being upset when it's like, okay, if you know people are going to be upset and you don't want to deal with that, just don't film this. I don't know. Like, that's the easiest way for me to just like to avoid that whole thing and avoid people like, you know, you seem to be so bothered by it. Then just don't film this food, right, that you're about to eat.
And to feel better. And right now it's working. So that's all I care about. But I know people are going to be judging with what I'm about to eat because that's just like how it goes around here. So let me show you. So I'm going to take some cottage cheese. This is just low-fat cottage cheese. Good and Gather brand.
I like cottage cheese.
And stir it up a little bit. I'm going to put some in a bowl here. So just about that much there. And then we're going to have some Doritos. And I'm just going to take some of those, put them in the bowl. So I don't have.
So when it comes to like that snack and in particular by itself is not that big of a deal. The amount of chips that she has in that bowl, it's not that much, right? And cottage cheese, low fat, no fat cottage cheese, like honestly, the macros aren't terrible on those at all. And so like there's nothing wrong with this snack in particular. The reason that I would have anything to say about this or feel like this is maybe not the best is that Amberlynn is using Semaglutide to help her lose weight. And I think that's a good thing, genuinely. And I think that Amberlynn should continue to do that because I do think that weight loss should be her number one priority right now because of the situation that she's in with her weight, right? With how overweight that she is and how nervous that it's made her, and you know, the complications that can arise from it. But the issue is that it feels like she isn't trying to really change much. It's just, how little can I do and still see results, which I understand that kind of thinking at the start. You don't want to do too much because Amberlynn, I'm sure, is worried about, she started so many diets and failed them, right? But I think that you should really be thinking in terms of the semaglutide is helping me, but it's not the only thing that's making it so I can lose weight. Because if you're just like basically relying on it completely, like it can only do so much. And then I worry, like the semaglutide should help you build healthier habits long term, so you don't feel tied to it forever. And I know that a lot of people are saying, well, if you're going to take semaglutide, that's the contract you're signing, right? Is because you are going to stay on it forever, right? Because that's what they say. You know, you get off semaglutide, it's hard to keep the weight off. But I feel like setting yourself up for failure, where it's just like, I'm not going to change anything because that makes it too hard and that means I'll fail. So I'll just take the semaglutide and just eat the regular food that I've been eating, but just eat less of it. I understand that, and yeah, it will work. You will lose weight, but you're not learning anything new. You're not changing any bad habits that you might have that have got you to where you are now, right? That's the problem I have, not the, you know, one serving of chips that she shows there, because it's really not that much.
Have any like clippy things to like close, but a way that I learned to do this that actually keeps it closed like pretty well, because a lot of people just go, I'm just like, girl, no. So if you fold it in like this and then fold it down and then fold it in again like that and then fold it down, like, and you just continue the process, it drastically helps. Trust that.
I personally, there's a place called Market Basket that we go to, and in all the produce, for whatever reason, they give you like rubber bands, and that's what we use. We just put it around the chips, and there you go.
Speaking of snacks, y'all, remember these, the dill pickle and ranch Pringle Mingles? Haven't touched them since I tried them, which was literally weeks ago. They're probably stale and gross. They were gross to begin with, so I probably need to get rid of those. Let's be real. We're gonna have some Doritos and dip them in cottage cheese. I literally was craving this so hard because my friend told me that she had this, and I was like, fuck, that sounds good. Yeah, that is hitting the spot for sure.
So that's pretty much the video. And like I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with Amberlynn eating a few Doritos. The problem is it doesn't seem like there has been much of an effort to change the overall diet and the way that she sees food. The semaglutide will help 100%. But like even earlier in this video, right? She's getting Mexican food with her mom, and just like the food that she's getting, it's nothing that's going to help her long term, right? And so it's just, that's the problem. But again, if anyone says that, it's just like, yo, you're just being a hater, right? But that's just what I think. I'm genuinely curious what y'all think down in the comments section down below. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. A thumbs up really does help the channel out a lot, as well as any comments as well. And if you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and do that. That all helps out the channel in the algorithm. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.